things like
two,
that. You say them
one.
at the end.
Welcome to the tab. It's Travis.
I'm Ben.
And Joey.
We're here back on the week anniversary of the last episode of The Last Dance, and we're gonna jump right into it. Ask everybody one simple question: Who's the GOAT? Who's the greatest?
Michael.
Not LeBron, bro. It's not LeBron.
It's Mike.
It's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Trav, your opinion?
My opinion is Michael is the greatest. I agree.
All right, now go ahead, hop into your little he's not the best argument. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
What do you mean?
Let's hear it, bro.
Did Shannon Sharp say something about that the other
Let's hear
day?
it.
What did Shannon say?
I thought he was saying something about how maybe it wasn't Shannon Sharp. Somebody was going into your same type of argument, like LeBron's not the greatest, but he is the best.
It was
Oh,
Magic Johnson.
you know what I want to hear from
It
you?
was Magic Johnson. What you want to hear from me?
Okay.
Tell me about how great LeBron James' competition is, bro. Let it fly. Come on.
How great is LeBron James' competition? So, do we want to start with why LeBron is the best?
And hold. I don't want to hear about the Golden State Warriors until at least 5 minutes into your argument.
Okay, sure. Well, if we're going to start from the beginning, LeBron James was drafted into the NBA 2003, the season after Michael Jordan retired.
So you're saying Michael Jordan was trying to duck LeBron James? That's what you're trying to say?
No, that's
okay.
Just starting from the beginning, the year after Michael Jordan retired, and since then, let's look at who have been LeBron's biggest rivals, or the people that have been in the throne per se, the three-pronged throne in the NBA since then. At that time, who would you guys say were the three best players in the NBA?
What year?
Can you repeat that?
03?
2003.
Shaq.
Can you repeat that, Trav?
At the time of LeBron's arrival into the NBA, who were the three best players in the NBA?
Shaq, Kobe, Duncan.
Shaq, Kobe, Duncan. All right.
How you feel about Iverson in 03, though?
Oh, yeah. Iverson was still in 2003.
I still got Shaq, Kobe, Duncan.
All right. Who would you say were the top three players once LeBron finally cemented himself as a top three player?
What top three player? So 07?
Sure.
Trav, if you say Melo, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Am I including LeBron in the top three?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kobe, LeBron, Wade.
Okay.
I agree with that. Wade was great in 06, 07.
All right. Since then, who would you say are the top three players other than LeBron since that point?
Since 07?
Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry.
So since 07.
Yes.
Just to clarify that.
Not including Kobe and Wade.
Okay, because I was gonna say Kobe still won 2 after that.
Yeah.
I agree with Katie and Steph. It's just hard trying to pick a third.
Who are some names?
Because I want to say Giannis.
You can throw out
Giannis? The greatest?
You can throw out Giannis. You can throw out.
Wait, are we saying greatest players in the league or best players in the league? I'm sorry.
Best. Just best.
Okay.
So you can throw out Giannis. You can throw out Kawhi. You can throw out James Harden. You can throw out.
I was going to go in the Kawhi direction.
Yeah, you can throw out Kawhi. You can throw out all these people.
I thought about Kawhi. It's weird. So like Kawhi has the 2 championships, has led the team. So I give that to Kawhi over Giannis being better, just because I think playoff performance really does matter. So yeah, I give that to Kawhi over Giannis.
Okay, so let me ask you the same question. When Michael Jordan entered the NBA, who were the three best players in the NBA in 1980?
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson,
Probably Kareem.
83.
Kareem
Kareem was really old. So
played another decade.
He did not play till 94, bro. He played till like 89.
He was drafted in 83, wasn't he?
Kareem was drafted like 1970, bro.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So 83. I mean, what year Kareem stopped playing? 90, 91?
It's obviously Magic and Bird top 2.
Magic and Bird, obviously.
Okay. By the time Michael Jordan was basically the best player in the league when he came into the league.
I'll say
Kareem retired in 89.
88 was the year I say Michael was the best player in the league.
Okay.
Probably first year.
By the time he won his first championship, in 1991, who were the 3 best players in the league?
Michael.
Isaiah Thomas.
And I'd say probably still Magic. I mean, he still led his team to the finals, too.
Yeah. The tail end of his career, but still Magic.
Okay. And during the...
You could also say Barkley, maybe.
Okay. During the extent of Michael's second three-peat, who were the 3 best players in the league?
So 98?
Through the extent, from 1996 through 1998.
Malone. You'd have Malone, yeah.
3 after Jordan, right?
Shaq and Hakeem.
Okay.
Well, would you say Shaq was great in 90? I mean,
He said the second three-peat. Shaq had already been in the finals in 94.
I heard how many of the players that we named for LeBron did LeBron have to guard? Everybody but Duncan, right?
I mean, he didn't specifically guard Steph Curry that much.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he guarded Steph Curry.
Have you seen LeBron James on Steph Curry? I can think of at least 3 different exchanges where LeBron guarded Steph Curry in the finals.
And they played 4 finals against each other, and you can think of 3 possessions.
Okay. I don't know if I ever seen Bron be like attached to Steph Curry for more than like a possession.
Okay,
yeah,
I can say this.
Back to back.
How many times have you seen Michael Jordan guard Charles Barkley, or Karl Malone, or Hakeem Olajuwon?
Those are big men.
That's because the league was different. The league was different at the time, Trav.
This is what I'm saying. Michael Jordan's competition. When I say competition, I think of the people that were playing his position or around his position, the people that he had to guard. The people that LeBron James' competition is, he had to guard. He as a guard, as a wingman, he lived and he thrived in the golden era for wingmen.
Arguably, shooting guard is also probably the weakest position in NBA history, minus like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Okay. Until you get to here now, where you
have how deep it runs. You know what I'm saying?
Until you're talking about here now with Dwayne Wade and James Harden and people that are playing these. Obviously, it's positionless now, but there are still big men and there are still wing players, right? And you have people like Paul George and people like Kawhi Leonard and people like Carmelo Anthony, people that play these wing positions that LeBron James had to guard, that were no doubt. And this is where we diverge. I believe that these players are better than most of what Michael Jordan had to guard.
But you got to think of how the league was at the time. In Michael's era, there were a lot of the better players were the bigger players.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we're talking about Hakeem, Shaq, Joey Hosey.
In what year?
What was the 3 big players you mentioned?
Charles Barkley.
Okay. So
and Michael
now
Jordan,
today it's more.
Michael Jordan can't help that. In fact, Michael Jordan probably started that, right? He started the infatuation with the guard position, scoring and stuff.
Yeah, because they're more overall talented for their size.
Yes. And LeBron James.
You're either a point guard. I mean, you do have elite shooting guards, but they're not.
Yeah, Jordan probably had the second best wing in the league when he played.
Exactly. I agree with that too. So,
but it's not like he came there as a free agent, after having a bad career somewhere else or having a shaky career. I mean, they drafted him.
Yeah.
That's not anything.
And it's not like Michael Jordan was underwhelming in those in those early years where he couldn't get out the first round. Like that's Celtics performance. That's probably the best individual first round performance in NBA history.
I mean, was LeBron James underwhelming at all?
He still stuck with the same team, and he didn't leave his team. He stuck with it.
That don't got nothing to do with being good.
He stuck with it, bro.
Being the best. That don't got
he ain't
nothing
has to be traded. He ain't leaving free agency. He stuck
What's he
with
better at besides passing?
Kobe asked to be traded.
Okay, well.
What's LeBron James better than Michael Jordan besides passing the ball?
LeBron James is I believe he's a better all-around scorer. I believe he is the more versatile defender. I believe he is the better, and you can't just say, what is he better at just passing? Like, that's not.
No, I'd say Jordan is a better on-ball defender. He gets in passing. He's more active in passing lanes.
Okay,
he's also a guard, so I don't expect him to block many shots.
Jordan is also a guard. And LeBron is also a wing player that can also guard the five if he needs to.
Jordan was also an amazing post defender. I'm not saying LeBron's a slouch as a post defender, but
he's bigger, stronger, faster, which usually means you can do more things, which usually means you're the better player.
Bro, is it conclusive that LeBron James is faster than Michael Jordan?
Yes. It is.
But they didn't have the same tracking technology, so you can't really know.
That's cool.
What's their 40 times, bro? What's their 40 times?
What does LeBron run? He runs pretty sure he runs a 4.
When's the last time LeBron got measured in a 40, dog?
I think they said he ran a 4.6 or something in comparing to the tight ends and stuff. But it's definitely.
He's also lighter than those tight ends.
On the basketball floor.
I looked up Michael Jordan's 40 time. It says Michael Jordan once ran a 4.38 second 40-yard dash. If he had done that in the 2020 NFL Combine, he'd had the 5th fastest time.
Do you think Michael Jordan would have ran the 5th fastest time at an NFL Combine? Do you believe that?
Bro, you're underestimating how athletic a very 83, 84 Michael Jordan was.
Yeah, I'm willing to take that.
I think Michael Jordan also has the 3rd highest recorded vertical leap in NBA history.
I'm willing to take the risk that Michael Jordan is not running the 5th fastest 40 time at an NFL Combine in 2020. I'm willing to take that risk. Because you know how I'm also willing to take that risk? Because they said that you know how
Roy Williams said Michael Jordan ran a 4.38 40-yard dash as a UNC sophomore.
Bro, you know how many people are willing to. They also said that Wilt Chamberlain was a better receiver than Jerry Rice. I'm not buying that either.
But bro, that is a subjective argument. This is an objective stat right here, bro.
Do we have the video of it? Do we have anything to show us on the court that he is faster?
Do we have the video that Wilt Chamberlain scored 100? No, but it's accepted.
That's why I don't be like Wilt Chamberlain scored 100. I'll be like Kobe scored 81 because I got a video of that junk. I'm not trying to downgrade these obviously great players.
I think Michael Jordan is faster than LeBron James at his peak.
I think the mythology of these players is much bigger than it ever really should have been, than the reality is. And this is what I'm saying right now. I'm telling you that my eyes are showing you that LeBron
How do you know that's mythology? How do you know that's mythology?
Because half of Michael Jordan's greatness is mythology.
You only say that because you weren't alive in this time.
I'm seeing like 20 articles of this, bro. Like, this isn't just like I found this in the backwoods of the internet, bro. This is out here.
Bro, there's a lot of stuff out here about stuff that nobody has video proof of. Nobody has anything proof of. There's a lot of stuff. There's lots of tales about Bo Jackson jumping over the Lake Michigan. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
He probably did. That's Bo, bro. Bo knows.
Bro, y'all be acting like these things. Y'all be acting like, bro.
Bo do be knowing that.
This is what I'm saying. The reason
Michael Jordan, bro.
I'm not a hater.
Bro,
You're a hater, bro.
bro.
How come I'm a hater, but you're not a hater, bro? You like LeBron
bro.
James.
You
LeBron
youngins,
James,
bro. You don't
LeBron
respect
James is
the
6'8",
greatness, man.
LeBron James is 6'8", 250, playing wing, locking people down in the NBA.
He's definitely bigger and stronger, bro. Yeah, he's definitely.
When's the last time you saw LeBron lock somebody down, bro?
He's actually played really good D this year. He's been a great defender this year.
But lockdown?
Bro, and when you're playing in the when you're playing in the deepest guard like wing player league.
LeBron doesn't guard guards anymore because he's too slow now.
Who he be guarding? He be guarding Nikola Jokic. Who he be guarding?
He be guarding small forwards and power forwards, bro. And he matches up against power forwards a lot now.
In the finals, he be guarding Festus Ezeli. Who he be guarding? Or he be guarding Kevin Durant?
He don't be guarding Kevin Durant.
He didn't guard Kevin Durant consistently in the finals. No.
Bro, then who he be guarding? Just like Gary Payton didn't guard Michael Jordan consistently in the finals. He did
for two. He guarded him for a whole game for like 3 games.
Bro, for those last 2 games when Michael Jordan was like, you saw that part in the last game? You saw that part?
Hold up. If you're saying that LeBron James was guarding Kevin Durant in those finals, you are not helping your argument at all because Kevin Durant got buckets.
This is what I'm saying. Kevin Durant.
LeBron guarded him, bro. He put a 35 a game on him.
Not John Stockton.
You hear it right here.
Not John Stockton.
Who dropped 30 a game on Jordan, bro? Who dropped 30 a game on Jordan? Tell me right now.
Did Michael Jordan ever have to play a wing player that was as good a scorer as Kevin Durant, Steph Curry?
Maybe, bro. He just locked them down so he didn't.
Carmelo Anthony. No, you can't say that. Don't say that. You lying. Who is the guard? Who is the wing player that Michael Jordan?
The best 2 guards of Michael Jordan's era is Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
He's a top 30 player all time, 40 player all time.
Is he? Would you rather play him one-on-one or Kobe Bryant? Would you rather play him one-on-one or Carmelo Anthony? Would you rather play him one-on-one or Carmelo Anthony?
What does this have to do with LeBron being better, bro?
Because he played better.
What does Kobe got to do with LeBron being better, bro?
Because LeBron James was Kobe's counterpart, and they played all the time against each other. That was
a bunch of clips of Kobe doing that man dirty.
Kobe Bryant.
He did him dirty in his last game, too, bro.
Kobe Bryant would do Michael Jordan dirty. Are you stupid?
Not like he was doing Bron, bro.
Kobe Bryant would do anybody in history the same way he did LeBron James. Just like Kevin Durant would do anybody in history the same way he did LeBron James, including Michael Jordan.
But I don't know if Kobe Bryant would beat Michael Jordan in a 7-game series of one-on-one.
I know LeBron would. Because LeBron is bigger, faster, stronger than Michael Jordan. If he had to beat him, he just beat him.
All right. Would he beat Kobe one-on-one?
Sure.
Bias.
Sure. I said sure. He probably would. If it was if you lose, you gonna die, then LeBron probably beat him. Just bigger. Just like Shaq will probably beat anybody one-on-one. If you lose, you die. You don't even care.
You don't got in a one-on-one matchup. Shaq
outlier here, bro.
What?
Shaq is an extreme outlier here. I don't know why he's getting looped into the conversation. But
I'm just saying he is the unicorn physically of his position, just like LeBron is the unicorn physically of his position.
Bro, there's like 10 LeBrons, bro. You got Ben Simmons.
I can say you got 10 Michael Jordans. You got Steve Francis. You got Kobe Bryant. You got Mike. You got Derrick Rose. You got who else? You got
Rose.
Yeah, bro. I think you need this, dog.
Bro, you said Ben Simmons. You said Ben Simmons was LeBron James. You said Ben Simmons was LeBron James.
There's been one person who's come close to Michael Jordan, and it's Kobe Bryant. Case closed.
You said Ben Simmons was LeBron James. Did you not?
They've been saying that since he was at LSU.
If you gonna say Ben Simmons is just LeBron James, I'm gonna say Steve Francis is just Michael Jordan because it's the same blasphemy. It's the same jump.
Joey,
what I said was blasphemy. What I said was blasphemy.
What I said was blasphemy about Steve Francis. Everything else I said was straight facts.
But you cannot tell me LeBron is a better all-around scorer when Michael Jordan was no doubt the better finisher, the better post scorer, the better mid-range shooter, the better contested shooter. The only thing LeBron probably has in the scoring department is three-point shooting, and I wouldn't say it's by a long shot. And I would also say that's also a counterpart of Jordan's era being pretty lackluster in three-point shooting because it wasn't a necessity. We all know Michael Jordan was more than capable of shooting the three ball. His percentage, the year they moved the three-point line in, it was very solid. I don't remember exactly. I think it was high 30s. Then when they moved it back, it dropped again. But what you said?
How far did they move it in? I don't even remember.
I think like 21 feet.
Yeah. It's 23 again, isn't it?
But then they moved it back to 23 feet 9 inches is what it's at now. That's a pretty big difference. But yeah, I think Michael Jordan's also a way better free throw shooter, man. We all know LeBron James' free throw struggles, especially in the clutch.
Oh yeah, how's about Game 7, 2016 shooting free throws out of the game? But never mind, keep going.
Michael ain't never get to a Game 7. He good. And in the finals, I'm sorry, in the finals, let me clarify.
I think your point is well taken. I would retort by saying, if you can say what you think Michael Jordan is better at off of the eye test, because there isn't a lot of transferable or context bearing metrics that we can look at, because both are obviously good players. I think that the same eye test that we're taking to see that Michael Jordan was the better, like you said, mid-range finisher, all this stuff, is the same eye test that I can take to show you why LeBron James is the more versatile defender, why I think that LeBron James would be able to dominate in his prime anybody that was guarding him if he needed to, why LeBron James
Bro.
What?
Hold on. We are in scoring, right?
Yeah, we can talk about scoring.
Well, Jordan averaged 37 a game his third year in the league, making 0.1 or 0.2 three-pointers a game.
Mm-hmm.
In an era where the paint was very packed, not a lot of space to work, and there was so many strong rim protectors.
Did you watch the documentary, bro?
I watched the documentary. I did watch the documentary.
I haven't even brought in how he was manhandled yet. Like,
not even that.
I think LeBron's a better scorer.
I saw how Michael Jordan, in a league where he was the obvious outlier, he was obviously much better than everybody else, which I think is a testament to the league that he was in rather than Michael Jordan. I saw how he was playing in an era where the players in the paint obviously were more players in the paint. I wouldn't go as far as to say that the singular player in the paint was better than the players that LeBron James was playing against. I would say that there was more. And I would also say that Michael Jordan, the era that he was playing in wasn't very full of people that were going to keep him from getting to the rim in the first place. Like, what I think that we talk about Michael Jordan, how good he was, how much better he was.
Hand checks.
You talk about how he's faster and quicker than everybody. I don't think Ben hand checking me is going to keep me from getting to the rim. No offense to you, Ben.
I do.
I'm putting straps on you, dog. Come on now.
You're gonna. Ben's got straps, bro. You're insulting him first and foremost.
No offense to Ben. I don't think straps. Ben hand checking me is gonna because we talk about Michael Jordan's numbers and all this stuff, but I think that's a testament to the league.
What about the zone defense?
I don't think. What do you mean? What do you mean? What about the zone defense?
Please elaborate.
What do you mean? I mean, what do you mean? Do they not? What do you mean?
That makes it a lot harder to get to the rim. That was fairly commonplace back then.
I do want to point out a couple things.
That's probably why his mid range was so.
Trav, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're saying LeBron's a better scorer than Michael, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Michael averages the most points a game for a career, bro. My man averaged 30 for his life. Averaged 37 in a season, like Joey said. My man was doing it against.
And sorry to interrupt, man, but he was doing this in the era where the pace was a lot lower. Bro, I know you say players.
What?
Pace? The pace is very important.
The pace was a lot slower.
I have heard things about the 80s now. There is a conception about the 80s about the pace being lower and the points not being scored as much. That is wrong.
What about the 90s?
I think we should look. I think we should look into that. I think we should.
I mean, even if you look at the 2000s, the 2000s are obviously a lot.
Did he average 37 in the 90s?
No, he didn't.
Or was he shooting a lot more mid ranges?
I mean, he averaged over 30 almost every year in the 90s. I would assume.
All right.
Hold that one up. Even if you look at the 2000s and the 90s, I mean, the 2000s obviously a lot faster.
His lowest scoring season. Wait, hold up. His lowest scoring season in the 90s was the 17 games he had when he came back from baseball.
94.
He averaged 26.9 a game.
Damn, that's so low. God. Poor Michael can't even average 27. But even I was saying in the 2000s, I mean, after they take the handshake foul out or put it in, sorry. You even see a difference between the 2010s and the 2000s as far as pace goes. I'd say probably 2013, you see pace and space a lot more important rather than in the 90s. Everything is jam-packed. You know, people aren't shooting threes.
There's also I know y'all watch basketball. You get a ridiculous amount of open shots in the NBA nowadays.
But, I mean, do you not see players like Steve Kerr? In his last dance, I'm just going to counter your argument right there. I mean, my man Kerr was getting hella open shots, especially in that series.
Well, part of that is because the reason I'm saying like with the open shots nowadays is because it's a lot more spread out now, bro. You have a lot of teams playing 5 out.
That's the thing. That's where I was going to talk about the defense. So in Michael's era, you're talking about zone defense, you know, harder to get to the paint and everything. You got your 4 and your 5 always guarding the paint in that era. Now you'll be lucky to have one person in the paint half the time.
Yeah, they get drawn out a lot now. That's why a lot of big men, I mean, such as like Al Jefferson or Jahlil Okafor, they're just not compatible with the game nowadays because they can't guard anybody outside the paint. And so you have to have a lot of stretch bigs. They get drawn out the paint. That opens up a lane. That's part of the reason why Russell Westbrook's numbers are crazy after they started that experiment, is because there's no one clogging up the paint. And I think Jordan was doing that with a very clogged paint.
That's literally how the Rockets offense works. It's threes and layups. Yeah. That's the entire Rockets offense.
If you put Michael Jordan in Russell Westbrook's position, like what's Russell Westbrook been averaging since that trade? It's something. He's been averaging like 35.
So I imagine Michael Jordan would average 70.
He'd average over 40.
I'll give him pretty close to 40, if not north of it.
If Harden's averaging 37, I'm confident that Jordan would average 40.
I'm confident in this.
On that same volume, of course.
I'm confident in this.
Harden's volume is freaking crazy.
On the same volume. On that same volume.
What is Harden's usage rate? I'm sorry to cut you off. Give me Harden's last year usage rate when he averaged 37.
1 second.
And then pull that up with Michael's usage rate when he averaged 37.
Okay, Harden's usage rate.
Close to 40%.
That's 2019-20. Let's go last year.
2018-19.
Yeah.
It's close to 40%, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 39.6%. That's the highest in the league by 6%. And those players, it's like Dante Grantham, Terrence Jones. Those are all players with tiny sample sizes. The only player that came close out of someone who played more than 3 games is Joel Embiid, who played 64. He had a 32.7% usage rate. That's 7% higher. That's insane. So let's look at Jordan's.
And then another thing, if you really want to get into it, go to possessions per game or points per possession.
His usage rate was 34%
In
87, 88.
where he averaged 37.1.
I think that's the year he averaged 37. No, that was the year before. So let's see what it was in 86, 87. It was all right. In 86, 87, it was only 1% less. It was 38.6%, and they both averaged 37 a game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me check out the free throws. We know Harden attempted way more threes. Jordan only attempted that year. I mean, I don't think he even made one a game. Yeah, that year he attempted 0.8 threes a game. And he shot 12 free throws a game, 11.9.
12%. 12 free throws is still a lot, though. A game?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
That's a lot.
This is yeah, I'm here. I let y'all get your math.
Harden didn't even average 37 in 2018. He averaged 36, but I mean, it's still the same thing. But he shot 44%. Jordan shot.
This is from the whole field.
Yeah, Jordan shot 48%. He shot 4 percentage points higher. Did it on 27 shots a game.
That's a lot too. You said that was Jordan shot 48% on 27 shots a game.
Yeah. Harden only shot 24.5, but Jordan was more efficient. Their free throws. Yeah, Harden shot 11 free throws a game. It's just Harden made 5 threes a game in 2018-19. That's the difference maker, and Jordan still averaged more points. And was more efficient.
On 3 more jump shots a game, but how many threes a game did Harden shoot?
How many did he attempt a game?
Yeah.
13.
And Michael shot 0.8.
He didn't even attempt one per game.
Tough. All right, Chad.
Yeah. Basketball is one of the more like transferable or cumulative sports because the rim's always going to be the same height. It's always going to be about the same difficulty to shoot the ball in the basket. The only thing that can be different is the people that you're playing against and how good, comparative to how good you are. This has been what I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks watching The Last Dance. Michael Jordan was obviously for 10 plus years in the NBA the best player in the NBA by a mile. There were other MVPs, but there was never really anybody else that could compete with him as far as being the best player in the league.
Who's competed with LeBron as far as being best player in the league?
Please let me finish. I believe that since LeBron has become the best player in the league, there has been at least a quarter of the NBA population that has believed that somebody else has taken the throne for at least a little bit. There were people that thought that there was one person that voted Carmelo Anthony winning an MVP in 2013. There have been people that have thought that Steph Curry in 2016 was a better player than LeBron James, something I've heard you say before, Joseph Martin.
But Joey's biased though, because Joey really likes Steph Curry.
I heard him say it, and I heard other people say it.
I love Steph Curry,
and I heard other people say it also. I heard
take the finals away. Take the finals and the playoffs away in 2016. Who's the better player?
LeBron James.
The unanimous MVP.
LeBron James. Here's what I'm saying.
Curry was injured in that final.
Other than that, we have Kevin Durant, who has probably been the most consistent threat to LeBron's throne, and now we have Kawhi Leonard, who a lot of people believe is the best player in the NBA.
Okay,
I think let me finish, please.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think that is a testament to the league that we play in today. And if nothing else, you can see the uniqueness in the players that we're talking about. There has never been a player like Steph Curry before in the NBA. There has never been a player before in the NBA like Kevin Durant. There have been players like Kawhi Leonard before, but not exactly. The closest thing we've seen to him is probably like he's like a weird mix between Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Oddly enough, a weird mix. What I'm saying is these players that are coming up, they're oddly talented and unique in a way that nobody Michael Jordan ever played was. Ever had to especially anybody in Michael Jordan's peers as far as position, point guard, two guard, anything like that. And so what I'm saying here is that LeBron James's, when I say LeBron James's competition has been better than Michael Jordan's has, I look specifically at who LeBron is compared against. Because nobody was comparing Michael Jordan to Hakeem Olajuwon when you were talking about who's a better player, just like nobody's comparing LeBron James to a Shaq or a Dwight Howard once upon a time. You're compared to the people that do the same things that you do. And when you have these crazy talented people that are unique in their skill sets and unique in their builds and things like that, people are more apt to think that these people are better than you. And the fact that all of them have been wrong, unequivocally, they've all been wrong, I think is a testament to LeBron in a way that Michael Jordan doesn't have. And I think there's a reason why Michael Jordan has always been so much better than his contemporaries and so much better than his competition in the era that he played in.
Maybe it's just because Jordan's better than LeBron.
I think it was because Jordan was better than the people he was playing against. So much better than the people that he was playing against, and it was obvious. LeBron James is better than everybody in the NBA, but it's not as obvious because people.
So why is it questioned so much?
Because people are so different. If you see somebody doing something,
Michael Jordan, it was never a question with Michael Jordan.
If you see some people doing the same thing you're doing, but doing it differently.
No, bro. If you have so many people who are threatening your throne, then you can't be the best. I don't think.
No. I'm telling you why they think that. They're always wrong, but I'm telling you why they think that. They're always proved wrong. There's never been somebody when Michael Jordan coming in that's doing the same thing he's doing, but he's 7 feet tall. There's nobody coming in as Michael Jordan doing the same thing he's doing. I'm not talking about the same thing, but talking about scoring.
Because there was no one beating Michael Jordan in the finals, bro. There was none of that, bro. Michael Jordan cut that crap out. LeBron hasn't, bro. He has gotten ran over in the finals 6 times, bro. And that's why he can't be the best right there, bro.
That's why he can't be the greatest.
If you are the best, you will not get ran over.
That's why you can't be the greatest. This is basketball. As much as Michael Jordan has duped you, it's still a team game. Michael Jordan was still on the best team and the best coach in the NBA.
You want to talk about teams? You want to talk about teams? This conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about teams. Let's talk about teams.
Earlier this week.
Let's talk about teams.
Oh yeah, you gonna act like LeBron hasn't had some amazing teams. Go, Ben.
Okay, Michael Jordan has always had the best team in the NBA every single time.
You know why?
LeBron had the best team in the NBA.
Every single time.
Shut up, Joey. So you know what? You know why Michael had the best teams in the league, bro? Because he was freaking on them.
Because he was on the best team in the league. They were the best team in the league.
Because he was on it, bro.
Hey, also because the second best 2 guard was on it, and the best coach was on it, and they had
3 games above 500.
And they had the best international player on it, and
he was a rookie, Joey.
In 1990, he wasn't
Did you say Tony Kukoc was the best international player?
Other than Hakeem Olajuwon.
Bro, the year Michael played baseball, they were like 3 to 5 games above 500 before Michael got back on the team, bro.
I thought they won 55 games a year after he played baseball.
I'm talking about 94, 95, where they lost to the Magic in the conference finals.
When they did what to the Magic?
39 and 34.
When they did what to the Magic?
He played 17 games, dog.
Yeah, bro. You can see it in his numbers, bro.
No. If you on the court, I get to judge what you doing. Just like you get.
All right, my bad. He averaged 26.9 points a game.
He wasn't 100%.
Without
being obvious in his numbers.
It's scoring 55 on the Knicks.
It's obvious in his numbers.
It's scoring 55 on the Knicks.
He did score 55. But that's the Knicks, man. The Knicks garbage.
I thought the Knicks were one of the best teams that he played. The Knicks had taken 7 games.
I never said that. They said that in the documentary. I think in the Eastern Conference, after the Bad Boys, the best team he played was that Magic team, where Horace Grant was crazy. Shaq was just now. Shaq was Shaq, but he was still younger. They had Penny Hardaway. Who else they had?
Nick Anderson, who ripped him in crunch time. Don't forget about
you
that.
don't want to go there about LeBron in crunch time.
I just said
Michael ripped Malone for his 6th ring, bro.
He came up behind him on a double team. That ain't the same thing.
Nick Anderson came up from behind him. What are you talking about?
It was after he got past him.
Wasn't LeBron getting the notorious choker until 2016?
When he had the single greatest clutch performance in the NBA Finals ever.
But you want to talk about Kyrie.
He got bailed out by Kyrie.
But you want to talk about Kyrie, dog.
Okay, we'll talk about John Paxson or Steve Kerr. We want to talk about John Paxson.
If LeBron was the best, he would not have deferred.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
It wasn't like LeBron made the play for Kyrie Irving to pass the ball. He let Kyrie Irving handle the ball and take the shot himself.
If Michael Jordan was the best, he wouldn't have said, "Hey, Steve Kerr, be ready." No, he would have been like, "I'm taking the shot like I always do."
He passed it to him.
Oh my God, Kyrie took the ball.
Steve Kerr didn't fucking go ISO. What are you talking about?
Who he going, bro? I'm telling you, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. They're not in that series. They came down back from 3-1 against the 73-9 Warriors, not because of Kyrie Irving.
That Warriors team wasn't even the best Warriors team, bro.
That is the best series win in NBA history, bro. But I will submit that any day, every day. I will say Steph Curry was injured, but the comeback itself was amazing, okay? But he has way too many letdowns, bro.
Bro, that's when we're talking about greatest. And y'all can have that.
No, if you
y'all
are
can
the
have
best,
that conversation.
You would not have a letdown, bro.
Okay.
Everybody pause.
Was Will Chamberlain better than Bill Russell?
Hang on.
Yes!
So what happened when they played?
Hang on,
Well,
Chad.
but the Celtics had like 10 Hall of Famers.
Oh, wow.
Chad, hold on. If you're the best player, you make the best play, right? You make the right play.
Hold up, Ben. You gonna act like the Cavs didn't have any Hall of Famers on those teams, bro? Those teams were stacked.
Chill, Joey. All right, Trav. So if you're the best player, you make the right play, right?
Sure.
Are those passes to Paxson, and Kerr not the right play?
I never said they weren't. I
mean, clearly looking back at it now, it's obviously the right play. So if you're getting double teamed, why wouldn't you pass out of it?
I just bring that up because people always bring up the fact that if you was Jordan would have shot it, Jordan would have made it, Jordan
made the right play.
No, that's not what comes up. LeBron James is the right play guy that gets him into trouble, or unless you're what game was that when he was trying to make a good play and he passed the ball out of bounds? When he tried to pass the ball to Scottie Pippen coming in to pass it out of bounds. That's when we talk about the right play. LeBron James would have done it, would have been a stain on his career forever. But like this
that wasn't a
that wasn't in an elimination game, you loser.
That was like game 2 or 3.
But that's where the narratives come from. The narratives come from because there is a magnifying glass on every single thing that LeBron James does, regular season or not, there's a magnifying glass on it that wasn't on Michael Jordan back then.
Michael Jordan
really
had a camera
I don't think
crew
that's true, bro.
following
They
him
wrote a whole ass
around.
book called The Jordan
year.
Rules with a big
For
magnifying
1
glass on it. What are you talking about?
For 1
Jordan
year.
The
Rules,
media
bro,
loved
that had a
Jordan,
gigantic
bro.
magnifying glass, bro.
No. Every single thing LeBron does on every single game has a magnifying glass on it because we're going to talk about it on TV the next day. That's not what happened with Jordan. It just didn't.
Were you around back then, bro? Okay. No.
Okay, my fault. I don't know anything about how there wasn't sports and all these different sports channels on TV.
Oh, you act like they wasn't following Michael though. They were clearly following Michael. He had just as big of.
They were following Michael, but not to the.
Michael Jordan is way bigger than LeBron James has ever been.
Because there was no social media. Because you could you can't see him after he left the stadium. You wouldn't see him until he came back. That's why. That is like that's there's just because if he was here now, then he would still be. There's a reason why Michael Jackson is the most famous person because you didn't see Michael Jackson. When you saw him, it was just everything.
That's not true, bro. All you had to do was turn on freaking music channel, see it through.
That's not him.
Just like that.
Don't do that. There's a reason why there'll never be another music star as big as Michael Jackson. And never be another athlete.
Are you talking about Michael Jackson right now? You done got so far off your focal point that you moved into music, bro.
You literally said he's more famous than he'll ever be, and I brought up an analogy. Come on, bro.
But no, what are you talking about? I said
and
that.
I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. I'm explaining to you why. And that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Really, every time we have this conversation about Michael and LeBron, this is the first time we had on the podcast. Joey, chill out before you break your camera. It's like the first time we had on the podcast, but like every time we have it, it ends in something completely off topic and try to compare something to something else. I just think that's hilarious.
I just got to see what Magic said. Magic said he's the best all-around player, and Mike's the greatest. I agree with Magic.
He's got AIDS.
Come on, bro.
Magic gonna say that if LeBron's not on the Lakers? There's obviously bias there.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's pretty.
There's bias anywhere you look at it.
Everybody acknowledges.
You're a Lakers fan. You're a Lakers fan, bro. And you know what you're trying to do? You're trying to use that to further your LeBron fanboy, because you were a LeBron fanboy before he went to the Lakers, and so you're trying to make him the GOAT when he's not, bro.
I don't try to make him the GOAT. I ain't trying to make him the GOAT.
You know, he's on the all-time Lakers team on 2K.
That kind of upsets me. I ain't trying to make him the GOAT. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Because of the shoes and all this stuff. And
dang, imagine if he had social media back then. You know how much bigger Michael would be, bro?
Probably not too much bigger.
Didn't they want to sell like?
He'd probably be
they buy LeBron's shoes like they buy Michael's shoes, bro.
Wasn't his original?
Michael Jordan is an icon and LeBron isn't because of
LeBron's lame.
Because of the onset of social media. Don't have this disingenuous conversation. Y'all are tired.
I ain't tired. I'm straight, bro.
You know how you be tired when you get that butt whoop and you want to go to sleep?
That ain't me, dog. I've been up all day. I'm straight.
LeBron's a communist, bro.
LeBron's
a communist.
You just throwing stuff out.
He supports China over Hong Kong, bro.
You're just throwing stuff out now, bro. You don't
remember what he said about China, bro?
I don't.
Nobody read that.
I don't get into diplomacy.
I don't care about China.
This is a sports podcast. I want to talk about music, and I can't do that. But we want to talk about international affairs, and that's what we got.
Let's say music for another episode, because that's definitely a good topic. But we definitely want to try and trend these down so it gives our viewers more to watch. One,
if LeBron's the best, why couldn't he guard Jason Terry?
I don't know. Jason Terry got that tweet.
Tell me, bro. He's the most versatile defender. He got outscored by Jason Terry in 52 less minutes.
I'm sorry. Dude, Jason Terry got that tweet.
Did you not see what he did to Jason Terry?
What do you gotta say to that?
He had to get right, bro. You not see what he did to Jason Terry?
Bro, Jordan never would have let that happen.
Yeah, he just would have got bopped up by Allen Iverson. Man.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even call that a toss.
Was that in the finals?
I wouldn't call that a cross.
He more froze.
Was that in the finals?
No, he got shifted. He got.
Was that in the finals?
He got.
Didn't LeBron get posted by a 19-year-old? Didn't he get posted by a high schooler one time and then make him throw away the tape? Then you heard that story, right? LeBron got dunked on by a high schooler and he threw away the tape so no one would see it.
You believe
That's
a
just
lot
a
of
story,
stories.
bro. That's what we were talking about earlier. That's just a story.
You believe Michael
That
Jordan
was
out
on
here running 4-3?
Bro, that was on SportsCenter in 2010, bro. Just because your nuts didn't drop yet and you weren't watching ESPN because you weren't a man doesn't mean it didn't happen.
He getting mad.
You talking to Trav, right?
He getting mad.
Yes.
I'm about to say, because I'll pull up to your crib.
He getting mad. Hey, come here, Jordan.
Damn, KD.
Hey,
KD's 7 feet tall. KD's 7 feet tall. I can't do nothing about that.
Remember that time we were in your basement? Trav, remember that time we were in your basement and you did the
there's been a lot of those
2012-13 Miami Heat? And you did the 2013 Miami Heat, and I had the 95-96 Bulls, and I dropped 50 on your head with Jordan and won the game.
Bro, that's 2K, man. Come on, bro.
And LeBron had 20-something. All right, dude, case closed.
That's just 2K, bro.
Joseph's just throwing stuff out because he's wrong. It's okay, bro.
I'm saying why he's the best, bro. Why he's the best. And hold up. When you go to all players in 2K, the number one player that pops up, and when you sort from best overall, Jordan's number one, bro.
Dog, you're talking about 2K now.
They rated the players, so I'm using that to support my argument, bro.
What's Bill Russell on there?
99, 98.
He is not no 99, bro.
He probably is.
Bill Russell never shot over 50% in the 60s, and he was 6'10". Trash.
And they still gave him a 98. Why? Because it's mythology.
I can't go with 2K, bro, because Rudy Gay in 2013 would give me buckets every time I played them.
I mean, that's pretty realistic, though. Rudy Gay.
And then so would Tony Parker, bro. Tony Parker would give me like 40 for no reason.
He might as well He might as well have been Jordan at that point.
I gotta bust you up in 2K too.
Nah, I mean we can. I like playing 2K.
When was the last time we played 2K?
I like playing 2K.
I was up on 30 on. Last time Trav wanted to play me, he texted the group chat. What happened that night, Trav?
You beat me.
I was up by 30 at one point.
Yeah. So.
Sorry. 2K is unrealistic, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about 2K.
It's a basketball simulation, so I think it's pretty realistic.
Just like the 1980s.
You gonna play Goat Simulator 2020? Is that really realistic?
Yeah.
Ball Simulator? You gonna play? Are those real? No. Did you say you played that?
Can I just say something? I think it's a travesty that y'all don't ride for y'all's era like I ride for my era. And y'all just hop on the old.
It's called recency bias, bro.
Y'all just hop on the old people. They just be old.
That's true. Recency bias.
You just love them.
I see it from an all over perspective. I actually really enjoy the 80s basketball.
Yeah.
I think
basketball is
like you see Kevin Durant pulling up from the half court line and sinking a three in the first quarter. You're like, no, I'm gonna take Jeff Hornacek.
Bro, you can't. I have more fun watching Steph.
Something about him. It's something about him.
I have more fun watching Steph Curry than I have any other basketball player ever.
I don't like watching KD anymore.
I love watching Steph Curry, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
I'll be getting depressed when I watch KD. So.
And haven't I tried to discredit? Haven't I tried to discredit older eras too, Travis, like the 60s and 70s?
Yeah, you just skip over the 80s and go right to the 2000s and discredit.
It's not the shot clock era. The shot clock wasn't invented.
Yeah, because it picked up in the 80s and 90s, bro. Picked up.
You know why? Because
pick up. Michael Jordan picked up.
The 60s was just a bunch of hippies.
Ain't nothing pick up. What picked up? Picked up.
Yes, it did, bro.
What picked up in the 80s other than Michael Jordan?
The 3-point line picked up. The shot clock picked up. Jordan picked up. Magic Johnson picked up. Larry Bird picked up. Jim Crow basketball don't count, son.
You know what picked up in 2000? LeBron, Kobe, Katie, Steph, D
Kobe picked up in
Wade.
'96.
Steph was in like
Kobe's a 90s boy,
2013.
bro.
That's what happened. That's what this. These guys are too good, bro. They got
Kobe is a '90s child, man.
He's not a '90s player.
Yeah, he is.
No, we not.
Vince Carter's a
He played
90s
4
player.
seasons in the '90s.
No, we not. He ain't no '90s player. No, we not. No, we not. I need to go to sleep, boys.
Okay.
Let's do this
Right, you're
again.
wrong.
Let's do this again very soon.
All right.
Yeah, I know
Y'all
you're
take
just gonna
it
message
easy out
us every
there.
day. You're gonna message us every day for the next 8 days saying podcast.
Yeah, because I thought we were supposed to have a podcast, and y'all just being.
Love the podcast, bro.
I don't really feel like it.
Bro, that's a once a week thing.
I don't really feel. We didn't do it last week.
Bro,
We didn't do it last
you be
week.
trying to shoot two podcasts a day or something, bro. Why are you watching the podcast?
The streets
Because we love our subscribers. That's why.
The streets need it. They be
They
telling
don't
me
love
like,
us, man.
they be
If
like,
they loved us, they would
The
like and
streets is
comment
empty.
on our
Everybody
videos.
inside, Trav.
They be like, Trav, when that new tackle, and I'll be like, man, I don't even know what these new doing, man. They be all
And
they
then
be
we
they
proceed to
be
get
having
31
jobs
views
and
and 1 like that's from me.
Hey, I'll be liking too.
Hey, the street.
Hey, but Joey fake because he ain't pop up on the live stream.
Joey, you said Daytona was better than Born Center. I ain't forget.
I did say that, and I stand by it.
All right, y'all. We'll do this again very shortly. And we'll see y'all later.
Joey's out. Trav is wrong, as always.